Namaste. Kosazana yokhamba lomsamo.
Kosazana yokhamba lomsamo.
Wena uhlala esenu.
Wena uhlala esenu.
Indlu yakho imisiwe.
Indlu yakho imisiwe.
Njengoba abaphilayo bengena ngaphakathi.
Njengoba abaphilayo bengena ngaphakathi.
Nguwena odala iziqu ezintsha.
Nguwena odala iziqu ezintsha.
Ubumbe nezithunzi.
Ubumbe nezithunzi.
Ezihlala lapho kuphuma khona ilanga lasentshonalanga.
Ezihlala lapho kuphuma khona ilanga lasentshonalanga.
Wena ungena enqabeni yakho yaseyunu.
Wena ungena enqabeni yakho yaseyunu.
Amukela izipho zakho.
Amukela izipho zakho.
Sukuma uhlale esihlalweni sakho sobukhosi.
Sukuma uhlale esihlalweni sakho sobukhosi.
Esimisele wena.
Esimisele wena.
Amsirele.
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 Amvikeleka.
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 Nebt-Het.
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 Kosazana yendlu yomlilo.
Kosazana yendlu yomlilo.
Wena omkhulu endaweni yeminikelo.
Wena omkhulu endaweni yeminikelo.
Uvusela wonke amadlozi ngomphefumulo wakho.
Uvusela wonke amadlozi ngomphefumulo wakho.
Isandla sakho silondoloza umkhumbi wami.
Isandla sakho silondoloza umkhumbi wami.
Ngosuku lapho ukhuphuka khona ngomfula.
Ngosuku lapho ukhuphuka khona ngomfula.
Lula isandla sakho nkosazana.
Lula isandla sakho nkosazana.
Yalaba ababusisekile amentethe.
Yalaba ababusisekile amentethe.
Yizwe wena ofihlekile.
Yizwe wena ofihlekile.
Jabulela izipho onikezwa zona.
Jabulela izipho onikezwa zona.
Vuka ngokuthula.
Vuka ngokuthula.
Nkosazana enomphefumulo oyiphunga elimnandi.
Nkosazana enomphefumulo oyiphunga elimnandi.
Bonke benza umphahlo ngegama lakho.
Bonke benza umphahlo ngegama lakho.
Kusela laba abaphilayo.
Kusela laba abaphilayo.
Ngamaphiko akho.
Ngamaphiko akho.
Nebt-Het.
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 Amusirele.
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 Amvikeleka.
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 Amvikeleka zonamaphiko.
Amvikeleka zonamaphiko.
Ogama elifihlekile.
Ogama elifihlekile.
Onesipho esingaziwa.
Onesipho esingaziwa.
Wena onamaphiko azungeze izulu.
Wena onamaphiko azungeze izulu.
Amboza nomhlaba.
Amboza nomhlaba.
Ngivusela ngenjabulo.
Ngivusela ngenjabulo.
Ngiphefumula umoya oqhamuka esandleni sakho.
Ngiphefumula umoya oqhamuka esandleni sakho.
Esinamaphiko.
Esinamaphiko.
Wena ubusisiwe womthombo waseamentethe.
Wena ubusisiwe womthombo waseamentethe.
Amanzi akho ayaqabula.
Amanzi akho ayaqabula.
Anisela amasimu kaGebhi inkosi yomhlaba.
Anisela amasimu kaGebhi inkosi yomhlaba.
Umhlaba omnyama wondliwa ngumphahlo wakho.
Umhlaba omnyama wondliwa ngumphahlo wakho.
Uvuselela isiqu senkosi yobuhlaza.
Uvuselela isiqu senkosi yobuhlaza.
Ungumfelokazi waloyo khotheme.
Ungumfelokazi waloyo khotheme.
Isikhalo sakho sivuselela impilo kumfowenu.
Isikhalo sakho sivuselela impilo kumfowenu.
Isiqu sakho esithandekayo.
Isiqu sakho esithandekayo.
Siletha isondlo ezithunzwini.
Siletha isondlo ezithunzini.
Ezweni lamathongo.
Ezweni lamathongo.
Ukhalela ngaphakathi.
Ukhalela ngaphakathi.
Inkulumo yakho iqotho.
Inkulumo yakho iqotho.
uJehuthi uyakuvulela uma ungena endlini yaseyamentethe.
uJehuthi uyakuvulela uma ungena endlini yaseyamentethe.
Ubhala imikhuleko yakho yasekuseni.
Ubhala imikhuleko yakho yasekuseni.
Ebhukwini lasezulwini.
Ebhukwini lasezulwini.
Amsireleti.
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 Amvikelekazi.
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 Nebt-Het.
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 Dade waloyo olele.
Dade waloyo olele.
Onomlindelo ongageji.
Onomlindelo ongageji.
Umkhumbi wakho wezulu.
Umkhumbi wakho wezulu.
Uma kule ndawo.
Uma kule ndawo.
Wena mvikeli wophahla lezulu.
Wena mvikeli wophahla lezulu.
Onesixoxo esikhanyisa ubumnyama.
Onesixoxo esikhanyisa ubumnyama.
Uletha ukuthula endaweni yokuzila.
Uletha ukuthula endaweni yokuzila.
Nkosazana yamazwe ezithunzi.
Nkosazana yamazwe ezithunzi.
Ubusiswe kathathu esigungwini samadlozi.
Ubusiswe kathathu esigungwini samadlozi.
Ukuphahla kwakho kuqabula laba bomile.
Ukuphahla kwakho kuqabula laba bomile.
Wena ukhothanyelwa imimoya emine yamagumbi omhlaba.
Wena ukhothanyelwa imimoya emine yamagumbi omhlaba.
Igama lakho libusisekile kwabaphilayo.
Igama lakho libusisekile kwabaphilayo.
Wena ushukumisa umphefumulo waloyo ngasanyakazi.
Wena ushukumisa umphefumulo waloyo ngasanyakazi.
Ungumkhuselikazi wakhe.
Ungumkhuselikazi wakhe.
Uhambisa imifulo.
Uhambisa imifulo.
Ulondoloze ukugobhoza komfula ehapi.
Ulondoloze ukugobhoza komfula ehapi.
Intshumayelo yakho ivuselela loyo khethiweyo.
Intshumayelo yakho ivuselela loyo khethiweyo.
Amsireleti.
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 Amvuselekazi.
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 Amvikelekazi.
Amvikelekazi.
Nebt-Het.
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 Amthethokazi.
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 Ama-at.
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 Amlomokazi.
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 Ajehud.
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 Ashu.
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 Atefnud.
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 Anud.
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 Akeb.
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 Aasa.
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 Aoset.
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 Aset.
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 Nebt-Het.
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 Anpu.
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 Sahmed.
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 Amshab.
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 Alifat.
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 Eteru.
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 Heru.
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 Shele baba, shele baba, shele baba.
Bishop
Welcome to 897 Piela Street, Orlando East, Bosco-Dwelly, Okoronya Bukhosi. Nakali Nakina Kensani representing the kingdom of Nebt-Het. 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 We are currently in the season of Nebt-Het. Nebt-Het is the fourth season of the African royal calendar. Nebt-Het brings the energy of maturity. Izinto ziqhumanisa no-Nebt-Het. Inyanga Khwedi, December, itshe lihlaba stone alabaster, umbala mala color is blue, insimbi tipi metal is silver, impepho incense is lily of the valley, amakha is lotus, isihlahla tree, hlari willow tree, izilwane tortoise, vulture and dolphin. On our social media platforms, find and follow us on Twitter at GEK_movement, on Instagram at GEK_movement, on Facebook on Banabakulu Basekemu, and on YouTube at Great Empire of Kings. Nebt-Het, goddess of the waters, one of the protectors of the royal house, who took care of Heru while Oset was looking for Asa's pieces after he was cut into pieces by Set. The sister of Asa, Oset and Set, the daughter of Nut and Geb, and the mother of Anpu. Nebt-Het.
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 Sirele.
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 Vigeligas.
Vigeligas.
Kamela Musicilo Soyanda Shamani, and I'll be giving you the topic of today. Today's topic is Nebt-Het and African royalty. When we speak about African royalty, we speak about kings and queens, and that it's time for kings and queens to rise in Africa. And also, when we speak about kings that are going to unify Africa in general. Nebt-Het.
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 Age musireletsi.
Age musireletsi.
Age musireletsi.
Age musireletsi.
Age musireletsi.
Age musireletsi.
Ke a leboga dumelang ba bagolo le ba bannye. Dumelang lotlhe. Pina e bua nnete gore leeto le re leng mo go lona le batla batho ba dipedi tse di thata because it's not easy. It's not the easy way. So you'll be misunderstood, you'll be ridiculed and everything. So you have to stay on your path. So I battle the chances. Ne? Okay. I wanted to do a tribute to Batana kings because they are overlooked. They are seriously overlooked. So being Nebt-Het and Nebt-Het, Nebt-Het from the kingdom of Nebt-Het, being the season we deemed it appropriately let's because nobody's going to do it. Yeah. So the season of Nebt-Het is about nurturing, protecting, and reviving Bukhosi, the royal house. And then this principle of Nebt-Het promotes and supports divine missions of individuals. A divine mission is a mission that nobody else can go on because it was given to you by the Creator. Okay. That's why there's always this cliche that you have to find your purpose. So Nebt-Het nurtures that. Or if you are granted that divine mission, this is the time to nurture it. It's a very sacred time. Although it is said Nebt-Het is a bit morbid, but also support a prelude before we do the tribute. If you will recall the memorial lecture of the Contra Lesser founder Khosi Mhlaba Mzima Maphumulo on the 22nd of September 2023. The Secretary General of ANC, Fikile Mbalula, was the main speaker there. He delivered the lecture. And out of all the other things he said, this is the one that stood out a lot. I quote, "Political leaders are liars and thieves. Don't be used and misled by political leaders because they are dishonest. You are not elected in conference, so stand for the truth." At close quote. So it says a lot. Gore nako ya dipolitiki re di bone di dilivile eng. Nako ya dipolitiki ga e tlhole e le teng. Although people are pushing hard, political parties are being formed every day. I think we have more than 200 now. Political parties, but the electorate, the voters' roll is not growing. So I don't know how they're going to do that. But I'm sure it's going to be possible because the ruling party will lose votes again. So, but little, So that's the prelude. But if you can notice, the Secretary General, he's busy. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
He's busy.
Yes.
And they're trying to shut him up. I don't know. Have you noticed?
Yes.
Okay, check the news and see what he's been saying. This is old. This is from September last year. But in this week, he said something.
Yeah, it's like they said what Canada thing is not a swimming pool, it's a water.
Hey.
Yes.
And what else?
He said a lot of things.
He's exposing the lies, and now they are trying to shut him up. So I don't know if he'll be able to shut up because nako e ha e fitlhile ya gore go senolege go a senolega a ke nnete e ntse yalo so as I talked about as I mentioned gore dikgosi tsa Batswana are very much overlooked in terms of their contribution to the struggle. A lot of dikgosi are unsung heroes, dikgosi kgadi tsa bone unsung heroines, but we have picked Lintate just a few because we went through a list re batlisisa man gore man re thola medlwembe yo left right center, but these three stand out and we would like to pay tribute to them. The first one to Kgosi Luka Mpolokeng Janki ke ba ga Mothibi Sefane sa Mothibi, but go na le this thing ya gore bana ba latela leina la rre a go tsewe sefane. I don't know how that works. So ke kgosi ya batlhaping ba ko Manyeding. If you will remember gore ke ile ka bua gore Batswana ke di branches tse dintsi, so batlhaping ke ba le mostly in the Northern Cape, Botaung, Kimberley, all those areas, that's where they are. And then he's the eldest son of Kgosi Janki Mothibi and was born in Kimberley in 1835. And he's also the cousin of Kgosi Kgaleshiwe, who is the Kgosi Yaba Batlhaping, Kgosi Kgolo ya Batlhaping. A ke ra go na le Kgosi Kgolo, go na le ba ba tsenang ka fa tlase ga gagwe, e nne Kgosi ya ko Manyeding, go na le Kgosi ya Phudumo, go na le Kgosi ya Batlhaping ya Phudumo, go na le Kgosi ya Bomolefe and all that. So Kgosi Luka Mpolokeng, Professor Shillington, who has taken a keen interest in his contributions, he's a forgotten struggle hero, Kgosi Luka. Now, if you remember, Northern Cape, it's endowed with diamonds. Lefatshe leo e la di diamond, akere. And when diamonds were discovered in Kimberley in 1871, Kgosi Janki's ancestral land was stolen from them by the British colonialists who prospected for diamonds. So by the baba amoga lefatshe, they took the land and because they checked for diamonds and they found that the area is rich with diamonds. Baba sutisetsa go diplekeng tse ding tse dinyanenyana, baba movela go and ba amoga ba golo lefatshe fela jalo. Now, as you know, the Christian wave swept high, so a lot of our kings and queens were raised under the Christian way again. Now, because he was raised in the Christian way, he used peaceful means of resistance by organizing boycotts of trading stores. He was very vocal and outspoken against the land invasion. But in the end, the colonialists labeled him the wild fellow who hates the English, in quotes. They resolved to teach him a lesson. So as Batswana groups were being moved to smaller and smaller areas, Janki, together with his cousin, they took up arms in response. Because if you speak non-violence, if you are peaceful, these people, they came from the sea, they came as peaceful men, and then they came and took, okay? And they pushed us back. They pushed us from the prosperous areas. Now, on top of that, Batswana were forced to pay hut taxes. You know, when you have a house or a hut, you were forced to pay that. You were forced to work on the farms that they've taken from you. And they were forced to go and work at the Kimberley mine, where the diamond was being mined. La Hopola Kalinen mine, the biggest diamond, where is it? A guy. Echo Britain. It's in the crown. Hey. So together with Khosi Khadishiwe on kere ke Khosi Khulu ya Batlhaping, Khosi Luka ene ne le Khosi ya Batlhaping ba Manyeding. Yene le Khosi Khadishiwe le Khosi Makgolokwe Toto ba Batlharo or Batlharwe le Barolong. They participated in the Pokani rebellion, meaning that they fought the British at the Comfort Hill in Kimberley. Okay? And they were successful, but Banbasina, they didn't have a lot. Okay? And then Luka, together happily, the other cohorts, the Khosi Tsedingi, Khadishiwe, who was his cousin, Khosi Toto, who was Khosi Abatlharo, le ba bangwe ba ditlhophanyana tse dinnyane. They also fought again at the Langeberg rebellion, and they won again. And the war continued for 8 months, but this is never covered. It's things that are hidden in history, but Batswana le bone ba ile ba itshwarela ba lwana, and they fought and they gave the British a run for their money. The British had to get reinforcements from Britain to come and fight again. Okay? So when they got their reinforcements, these British, remember I said it took the longest of time, 8 months. And at some point, the guns, they didn't misfire. Remember I said the British went to get reinforcements because they were conquered again. So, mon ba iphitlhile teng mo di-fortresseng tseo tsa ko Langeberg, ko Oliphant's Hook. And they shot him, Khosi Luka, because his gun misfired. He did a jammer. Remember, Balen banally fresh arms, so Ronan Resina a lot. So they were using ammunition that was old, that was not enough. So he was shot in the head when the gun misfired. Baba surrounded at Langeberg mountains, and he was shot by Temple Smith in the head when his firearm jammed. That was in 1897. Now, while he was dying, I get so angry. While he was dying, they posed for photographs. That fellow who hates the British will teach him a lesson. Now they were teaching him a lesson by parading and making photographs with him. But the bigger one was that one of the senior officials of the British military then paid a colleague £5 for cook it in the dining hall, in the mess hall, the mess hall. The dining room is a mess hall. James Samuel Searle, who was the higher official, paid £5 to a colleague to do the evil deed of cutting the head and cooking it and taking it as a trophy. Baba. So the sacrifices that have been made are huge, and we don't know about them, or we tend to believe stories. We had to dig. This information, you have to dig for it. Professor Schilling says His life ended in a dramatic and heroic last stand on the ancestral sanctuary of the Lanningerberg, Olifantshoek. Professor Schilling also mentions that he was not, meaning Khosi Luka, he was not a natural hero who flaunted heroic deeds, nor did he indulge in rhetoric. He was a doer. Mkulu always talks about doing instead of exactly. He is one of the greatest heroes of the Northern Cape. And so it stops today. Now, his death resulted in the collapse of the Batswana resistance movement. Batswana are disorganized, if you have noticed. Okay? Now we come to Kgosi Kgaleshiwe, the main Kgosi Kgolo ya Batlhaping in the Kimberley. He was also born in 1835 in Liditak, the Kgosi Luka. He led a rebellion against the Cape Colony together with Luka at Comfort Hill. He was the leader now. And it was the resistance to repressive and oppressive laws. The people come from the sea, they come and say they are peaceful, and they come and point guns at you when they see what you have. Okay? So, after taking, they oppress you and repress you. Now, Kgosi Kgaleshiwe was also interested in the, fighting for the economic participation of his people. If you remember, cattle, cattle was a currency. So what they were doing now, my British are, they were killing the cattle of Batana, claiming for the cattle have strayed or and the reason why they shoot them and kill them is that these cattle only the rinderpest epidemic disease. So they don't want their livestock to be contaminated. So they shot at the Khomo. Remember, they've taken the majority of the land. Our people are farming. How can the Khomo and they will go where there is grass. Yeah. So these people, they shot at the animals because baredinal disease are in the pest. Okay? So this means that they were weakening the strength of Batu because this is what their livelihood. Now, they babona gore no man re court, let's sue Batubana for killing our livestock. 17, but it can't be 17. It should be more than that. And information, when you research, a lot of it is not true. So you have to discern and see what you can discard, what you can take. So when they sought compensation through the courts, they lost the case. Bolaya di livestock ya batho ba makgowa. So Batswana ba bo Kgosi Kgaleshiwe le bo Luka, they retaliated by refusing access for the police to go into their places, because the police now and and check the rinderpest epidemic, how it has spread, which I don't think is true. And I applaud them for refusing them access. And balwa, ba tsena gape mo balwa, ba ntse ba lwantshana ba lwantshana le maburu ao in July 1878. Now, Kosi Kgaleshiwe was captured in August 1878, and he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. He served his sentence with dignity. He served his sentence. Upon his release, a simolla gape a ba bokanya botlhe a re tlayang a re yeng a re lweng. And then antse ke le bolela yana gore ban ba tlhakane ba dira e le sopo se le sengwe ba lwa wa utlwa. Now, as I said, this fight was for 8 months, and they defeated the British. And as the British brought in reinforcements because they could afford it, Kosi Kgaleshiwe was captured again and sentenced to 10 years. Just for Kolwela batho ba gago, their livelihood, their dignity. But he escaped and sought refuge at Kgosi Toto's kingdom, Makgolokwe, kwa Bukuruma, ko Batlharo. So, bana ba dirisana ba bereka ba le botlhe. Now, as they were fighting because the British were reinforcing, there was a point where they couldn't match the British. So, Kosi Kgaleshiwe, remember I said Luka, they shot him. They taught him a lesson. They shot him in the head and cooked his head. Kosi Kgaleshiwe le Kgosi Toto, Makgolokwe, le firstborn ya Kgosi Toto, o e leng ke mang moshimanyana o ke lebetse leina la gagwe Robanye. They were all arrested and taken to Robben Island and sentenced to 10 years. Okay? Kgosi Toto never left Robben Island. He died there. Why? Because he was giving refuge to Kgosi Kgaleshiwe, the Kgosi Luka. So he paid dearly. His son was released. The Kgosi Kgaleshiwe, I think it was old age here for Kgosi Kgaleshiwe. Kgosi Kgaleshiwe died in Mahohom in 1924. And as Kgosi Kgaleshiwe ba tlhokafetse, as Kgosi Luka a tlhokafetse ka 1898, all the farms, the Batlapping land and farms were taken. There was nothing left. They took everything. Oh, Babatala, everything. So that was the end of the resistance Yabatwan as we know it. So, Kgosi Makgolokwe Toto, as I said, kwa Batlharo, and he's seen as a freedom warrior. He was the hero of the Langebank rebellion. So, ona anale matla le botlhale bo ba tlhakantse tiro ya bona. So, ngwana gagwe Robanyane, as I said, le Kgaleshiwe, le ene, they were on Robben Island, and now honoring them. They fought for their people. How no cause, you must fight for your people. You must otokomele batho ba gago. It's not about you as Kgosi. Yes. They fought for their people, they fought for their land, they fought for mineral resources. They defeated the white man, the British powerful military of the British twice. Okay? So they had to bring in reinforcements so that they can pin them down, which they were successful in doing in the end. But the most important thing for honoring them is they fought united. Mkhulu always talks about black people being united. They fought united for royal rule, for protection of culture, for protection of rights and property, and the dignity of the black person. Now, in terms of accolades, I don't like that word, but for Jose Khalishiwe, he was granted the Order of Mendi for bravery in gold. Okay? The biggest township in Kimberley is named after him, Khalishiwe. That's where I grew up. Okay? The South African Navy has named one of its ships after him. That's Khosi Khalishiwe. Now, Khosi Luka, the hero who was beheaded and stopped in his tracks by the whites. They taught him a lesson at it. His head has to be found and brought back so that he can be put to rest with other great leaders. Wouldn't it be nice for a Ailo Robala how feeling that they could credo where he belongs? I see with and so many others. There's a lecture room at Solplaatje University named after him, but he has done more than we can know. So naming a lecture room after him at the university, for me, it's not enough. Okay, it's a start, but his head needs to be found. And then Kgosi Toto, o tlhokafaletse ko Robben Island. Nothing has been said about him. His bones need to be found and buried alongside other heroes. This is the age of Ma'at. It's time for restoration and justice. Our government must do much more than whatever they are doing. They need to honor people who fought the great fight. Lerona, as we are here, we need to honor those people and remember their contribution. And if you find yourself slacker or lebala, remember that they paid the big price on your behalf. So, Nebt-Het, we deemed it proper. Age Khosi Khalishiwe, Age Khosi Khalishiwe, Age Khosi Khalishiwe, Age Khosi Luka Janki, Age Khosi Luka Janki, Age Khosi Luka Janki, Age Khosi Luka Janki, Age Khosi Makholoka Toto, Age Khosi Makholoka Toto, Age Khosi Makholoka Toto, Age Khosi Makholoka Toto, Age Khosi Makholoka Toto. Ra itse gore le teng le re lebile se ba le dirileng sone mo mmeleng is fine. Fela mewa ya lona e teng le re tlhokometse. Re a leboga bagolo ke malebo.
Inja. Zishushwa lemdwembe esakenayo yakongoti lemdwembe esakenayo yakongoti Hand of God. Andobukaz, Anomkhubulwane, Ama-Art, Angwedi, Antu, Nebt-Het, Anomzab, Anomtutul, Alole, Vusamazulu, Credomo, Imhotep, Thokozini. Thokozani makhaya. Sihlutshwa yile mdlwembe vele. Solokho uyasibamba. Hayibo. Hayi siyabonga kakhulu, ngicela nje ukubulisa ngamukela abantu abasha. Thokozini kusekhaya la, ekhaya labantu, indlu emnyama le. Ngibonge kakhulu kuNdlovukazi. Siyabonga kakhulu Ndlovukazi ukuthi ulokho obelela. And share information that you know, especially about ubukhosi bethu, because we are at that threshold now where we have to make a decision, a conscious decision, as abantu abamnyama, all Africans. Ngakhohlwa ukubulisa abantu baseBarbados. Thokozani makhaya. Bashili izolo bafona bathi mkhulu siyakumamela noma singakuzwa sometimes ukuthi uthini. Kepha umoya uyakhuluma ngaphakathi kithi. Bacela ikhalenda book, bacela nekhalenda. Thokozani makhaya. Manje ke ngithi ngibonge kuNdlovukazi melokhu isharela le information about what happens to ubukhosi bethu. It's a very painful history. Ukuthi how did we lose power? But manje ngesikhathi sika Nebt-Het sivuselelekile. We are in power again. Why? Because Indlovukazi uNebt-Het, remember ukuthi uNebt-Het is a twin sister kaba. Hayibo. Huh? Hey, Makesha. Nebt-Het is a twin sister ka Oset. And who's the custodian of the throne? Aibo. Who is the custodian of the throne? Huh? Oi! Who Asa sits on the throne, but Oset is the custodian of the throne. There's no king that sits on the throne without being birthed by Oset. So she's the keeper of the throne. Whoever is going to sit on the throne. So Oset no Nebt-Het. Remember that. Oset governs. Nebt-Het governs this season. And the season yamakhosi. Sikhuluma ngobukhosi namhlanje. Kepha amakhosi alele. They're not even aware ukuthi kunomoya that is here to strengthen them. Kunokuthi bayokhabula le hydrogen le limpompo. Benzani bona? Basha ama Christmas party. Colonization, how deep it is. Amongst our royals, makutiwa 90% of our royals are Christians. It's a serious issue. Because manje, if you are saying that you are returning ubukhosi to amakhosi azokutshela ngoJesu. Kuthi hayi thina silinda uJesu. Asizwe lento oyishoyo wena. uJesu wathi thina silandela belungu nenkolo yabo. Hey, that's what it means. So how are they going to rule Africa? Okokuqala nje, when they are ignorant of the laws that govern the universe. Because that's a primary role of a king and a queen, to bring harmony in the community, to reconnect people to nature. If amakhosi are no longer in that, alignment nature, siyabi. Who's going to rule us? Huh? Who is going to rule over Ichike? You can't rule over us if you are ignorant of the laws that govern the universe. It means, Uguti, you are not fit to be in that position. And strange enough, this is the information here, Makosi. Young Galendo, when we talk about the civilization was ushered in by the kings and queens of the continent. These are the people who civilized umhlaba wonke. What has happened to them? Manje amakhosi emali, amakhosi salary. Hey, they sacrifice all of us for 30,000. They can't even read the signs of the times. Tina Banbomoya, we can see the Republic of South Africa is going down. Saati Gubo, a message. They need to prepare to rule Africa again. But they are sleeping. Eternal slumber. Hey, it's so disappointing. Kepa mina I hey guys, angazi ngithini. Mina ngibonga umphahlo esiwenzayo. Le miphahlo esilokho siyenza ever since aqala ukubhalansa, remember ukuthi besihamba nje ngomveli nqangi. Si ignore the most powerful, cosmic body, which is the moon. Remember, the moon is responsible for everything that manifests. The moon is the custodian of these vibrational frequencies that create everything on earth. Now, besim ignore. Kepa steme stala sitoli balance. Izulu leswa. That ngiyafuna. Hey, manje silokho siyaphatha thina. Those that are ignorant of the spiritual power. But all abantu benza imambo jambo. Senza imambo jambo thina. Siyakholelwa kulo moya because lo moya uyaphila. Everything is constructed by atoms. And atoms are alive. Hey, atoms are alive. So therefore, mesikhuluma nomoya, njengoba sikhuluma kanje. Sikhuluma nalo moya. Hey, lo moya uyasizwa. Umoya might not have the physicality to express itself, but it can hear us. Sibona ngama signs. Hey, ukuthi sihlale nje thina siqine ekuphahleni. It's not mambo jambo kuphahla. Lokho nikwazi lokho, and ungakudeleli ukuphahla. And the wisest thing thina siyenzile iJK ukubeka indlovukazi phambili. Ukuthi leaders, we are not arrogant and ego. Ukuthi thina singamadoda yandla. Ndoda engena power, ndoda engena if your land is held by another man who is a foreigner to you, what qualifies you to call yourself a man? Huh? Hey, it's like Amashota have given in. Ingamla vele iyasihlephulela isayidi. They are happy with that. Manje ke indlovukazi, how are they going to respect us? If thina sisebenzele enye indoda, uphume ekuseni ngithi ushimedi yakho ya uyofuna umsebenzi kwenye indoda. Because you were told ukuthi go to school, get a degree, go and work. Even the schooling system of Rockefeller, they established the schooling system to make us glorified slaves. Angali makehla ngithi niyo resign akusabi. I'm not saying all I'm saying ukuthi let us reflect as amadoda ase-Afrika for us to return isithunzi sethu as men. We need to be ready to fight to return the land. Ingamla zingaki? How many are there in South Africa? Huh? Ingamla, there are hardly 7 million. Yini le kubala banishaye ngalo ma? Huh? Phela ingamla mesingayivusela. 1 week is enough. Siphele zonke. Manje yini ubugwala, yini ubuvaka madoda? Uqalela nje ukuthi ufaka umsila ngaphansi kunokuthi usukumume and go and fight and go and demand what is right there, you know, rightfully yours. Umhlaba lo wakho umuntu omnyama. You are justified. Kunokuthi nokuthi umuntu ozokurobha umhlaba wakho wenze the way they do. Prepare ibhakede le acid. Bafake lapha one by one. Kuphela netrace ukuthi baphele laphi labanye. And that's not being evil. Sisayikhuluma bona they acted it upon it. Abelungu did it. Basifake ku-acid abelungu. Amakhosi ethu bawenzani? Uhinza bamenzani? Maqoma bamenzani? Usikhukhuni bamenzani? Ngike ngathi mina ake niyekeni ubuntu. Ubuntu bena nimbekele one side. Ngoba you have a fight that you've got to embark upon. Angeke wembarke on this fight if unobuntu. Uzoloko umlungu uyazi ukustadishile. You know they knew right from the start ukuthi labantu laba naturally banonkolo. Ngamshaya ngapha sasa uzothi athi master, I enjoyed it this side, give me this side. Utakike loyo. Ubuntu bethu makhehla has been used, weaponized, because that's how they took our land. But figure la, we viewed them as human beings. Kanti zinja o Satan. Basivukela eswini njengotshwala. Sithi oh no, indalo, inzalo kamveli nqanqo nomkhubulwana. Hayi awuthi sihlale nabo sibanikeza indawo. Benzani? We ended up losing everything. Bese ke baza nezitori ukuthi some of our kings babanikeza umhlaba. That's what they claim. Ukuthi oh no, inkosibani gave me this land. Ukusikela kanjani? Hayi wathi ngihambe njengehashi la likhathala khona ihashi. That's where it ends. What foolishness is that? Ubani leyo nkosi was that foolish? It's a story. It's a story that they are creating so that they keep us in the condition. Siyayibona ke le. Enye into okumele ilunge. Yilento engiye ngisho ukuthi ubukhosi namakhosi they've got to apologize to us. Ngoba the houses that they preside over were involved in slavery in South Africa. And the slavery sakala ila makhalati la agcwele Cape Town asesitshela thina the original stock ukuthi we don't belong here. Bona inzalo yabelungu nabathu, right? Babiza ukuthi angisakhumbula igama bebeyiza kona ama-free beggars abo Dikok. There's this guy lo bambiza Dikok. He led an army of free beggars to raid us. Abelungu gave them weapons. Go after your monkeys here. Because bona they had igazi loblu labelu. Then they decided to side Nabelu. What happens in Cape Town? Laban bamakhalat bavota nani? Hey! It means that they identify Nabelungu. Now they are supporting Abelungu. Imagine, kusuka bantu from Britain, these colonizers. Then they talk to these people in Cape Town about so-called Daki. Tina, their brothers, but phone, I don't know why. They come and convince them that Cape Town will be better without us. That will never happen. They want to separate from the rest of us. But convince some colonial guy from a Britain. It means lama Britain. Remember Gutumlu. Uzwa only one language. Indu. Wanamsha Mlu. America yagugusa. Hey, he now comes and convinces Amakalat. Ugutai Ramban Nami, otherwise in the 50-50 acres Nami. What nonsense is that? Na bo sebe avuma, sebe sayinama bafuna ukwenza ile nduze referendum. We are going to squash that referendum. And in the kumele sihlasele qala once we take over, our power is back. In Cape Town. In Cape Town we need to. Hey. Mele siqoshe zonke lezazinja zabelungu eCape Town that have made the Cape Town their capital. The capital of racism, man. Hey, Jalo, Mo Cape Town. How Mo buya chose babona uta mchozana lo. Ngoba awuzwani ne nonsense. Abantu base Cape Town abodaki, they are so meek. You remember, Pam? See Cape Town lapa. On a holiday, one of my granddaughters, angazi boku mark up oyi. Singena kule restaurant le kuxolinga. Wasukuma, what is this place? Is just full of white people. Warasa. Hey, why? Because we are feeling the kuti labantu laba. Abeko right. And when you look at about Takibasa Cape Town, but meek man. Huh? Ingamla basa ibega lepezu. Kanti leso skati siphelile. Siphelile iskati sengamla. So namhlanje I'm here to report I'm a bearer of good news. I'm a bearer of good news for GK people. Ukuthi your efforts, emadlozini, they don't go unnoticed. You know how few we are, but the power we possess. Yes, listen down. Hey, impahlo yethu ever since sibuya le nduzeni eLimpopo, things are changing. You know, somebody wrote kuma social zethu ati have been monitoring and watching this GEK. Every time babuya kulama cardinal points, there's something that happens politically. Hey, it's true. Manje ke makhehle. Mhlambe nani sonijabulisa lento ngoba ngithi mengizwa ngajabula. The other day I was sitting here looking at ama socials. I come across of a video of Ujabulani Kumalo. You know this guy? Ujabulani Kumalo is the organizer ye MK. Remember ukuthi thina siko politics. And asifuni politics. Ipolitiki imeli ife. But this guy says something that is so GK. Says abasibukela obahlebelo mo. This guy says, Tina, we are going to be different. MK. We are going to be different. Why? Because the first thing, after he vote, they recognize Amakos. That's the first thing they are going to do. We are going to recognize Amakosi and Mese Sibusa Sizo enter another layer into the government. And it has 3 houses now. They are going to add another layer, another house, which is the upper house. Meaning ukuthi Amakosi ayohlala le phezulu. So it means ukuthi niyasebenza yini? Bangangiteleli, niyasebenza. Umphahlo wenu uyafinyelela la kumele kufinyelele khona ngoba kade sisho lento ukuthi power belongs to the royals. Ama politicians imidlwembe that must hand over to the royals. Our politicians are children of the royals. Guilty yako iguphi. Uyi president, ugcoba inkosi. Where's your guilt as a president ubhatala inkosi? Emhlabeni wamakhosi man. We are doing that because umlungu said. I'm doing it. Iqalo abelungu phela. It means ukuthi ngo-94 azange kushintshe foko. We just continued. Kwaba nalawo superficial changes. Bashintsha ama policies and whatever. But the fundamental thing didn't change. Ngoba noma utata bothabo bangena. But I know Nkosi, I'm above you. I'm going to decide your fate. And I'm going to pay you. Benza the worst thing in South Africa. Benza makhosi unequal. Bathatha inkosi yakwaZulu. Bayinikeza ama-millions every year. Laba abanye babanikeza ama-30,000. Now, masawuzwa kukhuluma amakhosi. All that they are talking about. Why lo kwaZulu lo athola? And that's not a discussion in Inkosi. Inkosi is not supposed to be involved in such useless issues. Indaba yemali. Inkosi should demand umhlaba wayo. Because this is my land, I want to rule over this land. Ungazongitshela ukuthi abakwaZulu bathola ama-millions. Kepha thina eLimpopo why singatholi lutho? It means ukuthi we agree kule system. Kepha all you want is money. Amakhosi emali. I even doubted their legitimacy. Because inkosi ayibribe. You can't bribe a king. Mauza usondela kanjalo enkosini bangakujoja nokukujoja ngoba udelela inkosi. Manje lonke that are welcoming indelelo. Kufika nje India liphethe i200,000 uvulela umsamo wasesigodlweni lishisa impepho yalo lapha. That's how low we've gone as African people. Imali has just messed us up completely. Yingakho ubudlwembe ngeke buphele because of imali. Abantu bacontrola imali in everything. Manje ngangitshele i-question mina ngibuza yona. Kuvotwa nini? May, I don't know. But angithi le uheads of law. Iboss ya wonke lama politicians. Ithe kuvotwa ngoMay. Ake simamele ukuthi babeka yiphi date. If it's May, it means uheads of right. Iboss yabo bonke. So if kuvotwa ngoMay, what happens ngoJune? How is this thing going to be structured? EMK, if it wins, how are they going to structure? Amapha amakhosi that are ready to rule. Awakho amakhosi that are ready to rule because manje ama-politicians azobagibela ekhaya. Even though they occupy the upper house, but the politicians will control them. Why? Because okokuqala, politicians are holding ifile yamakhosi. They have a list yamakhosi. Ukuthi la makhosi langa on this list afakwa amabhunu nabelungu. The original kings zihlupheka njengathi all over the country. Manje, that's why that discussion, it won't even come to the fore. Because now, if basusa le structure, because the structure got the sitting structures of Kosi must be destroyed. So that kuhlala abantu have a right to be there. Remember, Kosi runs in the blood. In the blood. It's a bloodline thing. Yingakho awukwazi ukuthi uma usesigodlweni uphambanisa ubukhosi. Once waphambanisa ubukhosi, inkosi naya. Kepha wena so ukhomba le. I told you ukuthi how evil white people are. Babulala inkosi, babulala uWinter, bathatha idriver kaHinter seke inkosi. This is what's happening all over the continent. Whoever was opposing Umlungu didn't get a chance to rule over his people. It's either bamnqumikanda, and the most of those heads are in Europe, in jazz. Amakanda of our kings and queens are in Europe. So bese uzongitshela ukuthi hayi reconciliation. Nomlungu. I don't reconcile with an evil person, man. Umlungu must get what he deserves. And they must pay. Lento siyenza le eHague. Sijabulisa umhlaba. Hayi South Africa yaphakama. Uphakama international kepha uhlulwa lezi nje zamabhunu nengamla la. Uphakamele labelungu la South Africa and demand our land because the very same cry yama Palestinians is the very same one we have here. It means when ufuna kunona abantwana base-Palestine ingane zakho lezi ezikuvotele and put you in power, mele bahlale in language in squalor and poverty. Why? Because we are not men enough. You've been bribed by the Jews, the Indians, everybody. We are landela as a politician. And most of them are also ignorant of the fact that Palestine belongs to us. Abantu la eLimpopo, there's a place there, Naselenduzeni, in Mozambique called Gaza. Where are those people from? Because they came from the north. The Lemba people in Venda, where are they from? DNA yabo has been tested. Velo kuti babuyale. The original Jews are here. Some of them are in Nigeria, the Igbo people. Those are the original occupiers of that land. You are embarrassed with your ignorance, South Africa. You truly, truly embarrass us. Uhambo uyolwela. I'm colonizers because Palestinians are colonizers as well, man. They killed our people. Manjitina, we are so proud. See praise all over the world. I've got, I'm not listening to him, Billy. But in South Africa. Nepad, I can't. Abo Rupert nabo heads baba phethe ngalezi la kepha bahamba boyolwela izinto abangazazi le ha yonke le mali abayispendayo le asiyidingi la ugesi asinankinga yogesi lo mali leyo it should have ended to deal nale load shedding. So mina umphahlo wethu makhethe ukuthi into engiyibonga for the first time in the political history yes South Africa or Africa igama lamakhosi is being mentioned. Some of the politicians are acknowledging ukuthi power belongs to them for the first time. Mphahle wenu Ndlovukazi. We said it ukuthi lizobuya leli without us lifting a gun. Umphahlo. This is how we are going to return this land. Bona bazothi balokho bayilentuza okokuqala asisayifuni even that house yase parliament le Cape Town na Pretoria. We need a new structure. Le nto yonke le nonsense labo National Assembly justice not justice la le midlwembe thengwa abelungu ha umlungu uyakhona ukuthi enze icala elisabekayo because unemali doesn't go to jail. The justice system, how does the justice system get funded by private sector? How are you going to then preside over somebody that has funded you? You can't. Manjeke ibolile yonke lento le. It's rotten to the core. Kumele sibhidlize. Siqale kabusha. And nalezi ezilokho zitshontsha imali la kuma departments. Mele ziphume zonke lemidlwembe le. Kulokuthi basi improve our situations here. They are chowing the money. How do we trust them into the future? Futhi siyabazi. Wonke umuntu who's been a politician. Paliwe. They are there, their names are there. They are not supposed to be in the new dispensation. Yamakhosi, nobukhosi. Mele kuza abantu abafresh. And hayi abantu mele abantu bathestwe. Ukuthi wena uthanda imali or what? Because manje, we can't then build nemidlwembe ngasho mina. You can't reconcile nemidlwembe. Umdlwembe mawumbonile wama-identifier, get rid of that person. Because he poison. Umdlwembe is easily, bribed. Because uphilela imali. If bebe ngaphilela imali labantu laba, ngabe sonke sishaba. Isowethu lengabe say it's above Senti. And it's possible. Isowethu has got the numbers to surpass Senti in terms of development. But if there's no politician who's encouraging people to go, hey man, Batuga Ushabala, remember Ushabala? Tufunu faka mapole Soweto. But he was right. Hey, even if it's not a physical borders, but you go vumelana abantu baseSoweto ukuthi a-contract engenayo la. Everything that we eat, we've got to manufacture ourselves. Ayikho into ezolunga besides ngaphandle kwalokho. We need to be self-sufficient. We must do for ourselves. Okwamanje, look at Soweto. 20-something years totally independent. Isoweto ayikabongwa as the place that liberated South Africa. There's no other place that liberated this country except Isoweto. It's a fact. Yonke revolution started here until we achieved again this pseudo liberty or liberation. But they sold us an illusion because Bonasebe Katele, all they want, Uguyolala. La Mokesota, Katelemna, Funula, Asbanikeni. How? Yes, Babaniga Yongi, Tom Shaba, Nelene Nomebo way, to Ababu Ben. Ebaloko Bakulumangel and Duza. One man, one vote. 94, that's all they talk about. One man, one vote. He told me last week, you can never liberate the land with a ballot box. You can never. Guma nje. I still say MK noma bakhuluma kahle. But kuzoliwa. So we need to prepare for war. Because Amapuna are not going to give in easily. Mele sibe ready nala imakas. Ukuthi mebeqala baphakama. Yonke South Africa yaphakama. Siphezu kwabo. It's going to happen. Ufuna ukungitshela ukuthi uzwe. uRupert already. I was watching Umsholozi. Umsholozi says uRupert approached him already. Well, akakhuluma ngegama yamazi akathanda ngamagama abantu but you can ndijuza ukuthi ubani. Lo muntu ufika kuye uthi now 1.6 billion for you to grow the party. As long as you don't take back the land. As long as you don't nationalize. Man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. May let's prepare any war. We need to prepare a deferred, Dream 194. Remember what in 94 abelungu bebese khoneni. Bokumele siqorophe siqethe ngabo. Kwa interview na wona la market. Angasekho namhlanje. Othi nbeni labelungu basakhele infrastructure nonsense. Because bokumele vele siqethe. Siqethe siqorophe ngabo sithathe umhlaba wethu sithathe newealth yethu. Bese siyabaxosha. Sibavulela amagate bahambe. Because this is what needs to happen. Mkhulu akekho evil and hateful. Any normal society fana nasekhaya angeke nisolve inkinga zasekhaya kuno Nebt-Het every day ula. Nisabathe ningene ekamereni hi Maki. Nisabathe wenzani ula. So melatshele ukuthi sisakhuluma landlini sizothi mase sisharp sikubize. So manje all of us, all these politicians, why? Because they are so obsessed with politics and they are so obsessed with the constitution, are all saying, hi, Nishono Mali myself, hi, no, we don't want to take your land. will only take the land that is not used. What nonsense is that? Uyancenga manje isigebengu. Huh? When usuzibekela ama conditions of your returning the land. Ukuthi ngawubusha umhlaba but le ngamla ngiyayidinga. Baloyiwe la emakhaya. Umuntu omnyama can survive on their own. All over the continent, we don't need anything. In South Africa has got what the world needs. So, mesingavala ama border. Bengithe 50 but are sitting 10. Sibaxoshe bonke. Sivala ama border. Sizilungise. Bese seke silinda ama call. Oh no, we can't live without your platinum. Then we start renegotiating now. Put platinum in the world market. In the price. Tina sizokunikeza ngale price ye market. Look at what Burkina Faso has done. Immediately after they cancelled all the contracts, the France economy abokutiwa manje is the fastest growing economy in the world, not in Africa. Manje ningathuki ningasabi ukuthi makuhamba umlungu la uzohlupheka. Uzohlupheka ngoba uyivila. And you deserve ukuhlupheka vele. If you fail uqabanga, ufuna ungitshela ukuthi hawu, iyabhala mengavalwa. Ngeke sibe nesingo. Huh? Ubani yothi iyabhala meyivala thina sizohlupheka. Nobody. Angeke sihlupheka isinko is the easiest thing to do. Thina sibiza umbhako. Kade siyibhakela manje. And they think what he has. Not lo mtofu we Albani. Bafakeni lapho. Because there are certain chemicals they put to preserve so that it stays longer on the shelf. Ikwanzani that chemical landly esiswini. Yakubopha. Okoko bethu they knew ukuthi a pure flour. Ebenza umbhako. Usuthe lapho besharp. Manje ilento le esibiza ukuthi impucuko. Impucuko according to umlungu regression. The technology of my cell phone, regression is not a development moving forward. Because you are killing my innate ability of being psychic and communicate with my mind. You've killed that. Everything I depend on the phone. Before we figure the mission, at least 10 numbers like in my head. They memorize. Today, well, let's take the phone. Who's on the prayer? How? How is the phone, Joe? That's why I'm not phone. Okay. Number so that's how lazy we've become. Technology yabelungu, remember, baze bayasho nabo artificial. Tinastanda legama. The artificial. Oh, we love. Then we find this million now. Instead of taking ingane, sibafundisa meditation.
Oh yeah.
And sibachele ukuthi everything that you see outward, it was created by the inner reality. The only reality that exists is the inner one that creates the outer forms. Ingane lezimele zikwazi lokho ukuthi mina I can move things with my mind. I need to understand my mind. I need to understand the 9 frequencies that have created everything. Ingane lezimele ziqule lento. Zikhule ngayo. Ungalokhu umntwana la. Ngiguilty nami kumanje. Mela isigele ke phuma uyala. Hey, silokho sambisa abantwana ukuthi bayoba messed up. And at that time you are paying a premium to go and colonize and mess up your child. Esigele bathi udomo ukuphi lo muntu. Akekho umuntu odomo. Sonke sizalwe sifumbathile. Sonke sizalwe sifumbathile. All we have to do is to assist umuntu. Futhi thina it's easy through calendar. Oh, le ngane ezalwe ngalesi sizini. Sesiyazi. Sesiyazi ukuthi no. Umbhidisi. Nezenzo zakhe esemncane. Mbone nje yashaya intwana yini. You must never tell the time izohlupha. So mele umgade, umnikeze the right energy. Ufuna ukucheqinisa. Abantwana abancane, they must master iscience okhokho bethu. They need to know by the age of 10. Babebazi everything about the laws that govern the universe. Ungazomtshela ngabo Einstein ama-Fong Kong lami. Einstein no Newton was in Fong Kong. They were studying Imhotep. They were studying Amunhotep. All these people. But now your politicians don't know that. That's why my politicians are tigiti after 94, after we sacrificed our schooling. After we sacrificed our schooling for the liberation of this country. But tigiti, if my school uzothola ama-dustbin. How painful that was. Ukuthi wena as a young one, you sacrifice your kanti you know sometimes umoya works in wonders. Usebenza ngama-magic because uzothola ukuthi umoya bowungavumi ukuthi wena uze ube ne-qualification yomlungu. Remember ukuthi mawugxotshwe umoya, you are not supposed to be tainted. Hey, you're not supposed to be tainted by this evil system. Cabanga nami ngabe ngiyiprofessor ngabe ngithini. Angabe ngikhuluma ngisikhipha ngamakhala isilu. Ngikhuluma ngamakhala. Lapho sengisaba. Bengake vele. Bengake ngibe la. Yazi umoya wavala yonke into engiyenzayo esigele. Yavaleka. To a point ngathi nonsense. Mina ngaze ngisipha. From esigele ekhaya bekunama-shop la. And businesses like so. From running or assisting my father, I went and opened my own businesses right from school. Trading, commodity trading. I'm from asset management. I'm from equity investment. Naye America cho. Nyokulumana number 1. Asset manager America, Franklin Templeton. Number 1, they control trillions. Kepa chepesini yako ngangihleli nayo so. And the light banking yam in 5,000. Kepa nyokhuluma nama billionaires. Ngatshela ukuthi hey, South Africa is ripe. And in my mind when I started the asset management firm, I was the first one to start asset management firm that is owned by black people in South Africa. Hey, no certificate. All I did was to learn the language. Wakhuluma le language lapha. I studied in some of the books are here. By the time I landed in America, I was speaking the language. We started, we had three offices, Joburg, Durban, Cape Town, and the asset management, with a view, Gucci, pension fund money of black people. It develops white people. Our money, yakabo, abo senti, abo yini, zonke lama development. I said, no, we need to shift it. Gepa abantu baba nabo nomoya. Botabombi. That's one of the person we approached, Tabombe. That's why I hate politicians. I'm telling you. Saba approach Alabandu, hey, now, here's the first black-owned asset manager in South Africa, and it intends to develop our people. Abo Melrose Arc were prioritized. I'm telling you, we ended up shutting down because we were not prepared to send the lender by entirely. Besides ukuthi basabotage. Meaning ukuthi mesamba ke manje doing a presentation for our pension fund management. Oh no, nobody wanted to touch us because sikhuluma ngodaki. So abantu abanengi bakhuluma yazi wangidina kabi melo khathi I'm an African. Hey, nonsense. I owe my bill to the valley to nonsense. Aibo. Ngithala umuntu lo. Ukhuluma kanjani mekhuluma kanje? But practically he was crushing everything yotaki. Remember ukuthi Thabo was umuntu wama-American. Huh? Kona American bebemphethe from New York. I used to know them because I visited me asset management. I traveled the whole world, France, America, everywhere, and I met some of those people who were controlling. Remember, what in '94, the ANC didn't have an economic plan. Where's a group of Americans to come and advise ANC about the economic plan? Babega ban pambil Trevor Manoa. What do you expect? That's why we're in this mess that we're in. Labantu Laba were controlled by America. It means Uguti freedom here to mean nothing. Abenunguti didn't care Uguti we have Cape Town in Elenduza. All they wanted are my assets. The money. That's what they were after. And that is why they didn't give us a chance to develop our own. EPE was developed by Oppenheimer. These, mining houses. These are the people that develop PPE. That's why uthola Cyril, uthola Mtsipe, uthola Saki Matoza, uthola yonke le mizweni is representing a black business. How? Kuza kanjani? And kuthiwa kunegotiate njengo 94 bona they were negotiating ama-equity deals. That's why after uqeda ukuvotwa hawusezwa abantu hey chairman yalapha Standard Bank chairman yalentuza loya chairman yalo and the bad recruiter from leadership. They didn't go for you and I. They went for the top. But yehlani nizosmela. Hey, mawufike eblo bathi ulate. Our PE partner Cyril. Hey, that's why he was even able to defend Umlungu to a point ukuthi he couldn't give umuntu omnyama what he deserves. Babulala abantu lapha. For it demanded 12,000. Huh? All all these people wanted was 12,000. Ah no, wabiza amaphosi. Upieha bekhona. Wathi awubangene Pierre. Wabangene Pierre. Wafa abantu. Remember ukuthi how much value is extracted from those mines, especially platinum. Ufuna ukungitshela ukuthi that those mines couldn't pay people 12,000. But it will reduce our return on investment. Huh? So, bona, their target is 50% return on investment. So that's why they couldn't accommodate 12, just a mere 12,000 rands. And when you convert it, remember platinum is sold in dollars. When you convert that into rands, how much it is? Is it really, really worth the lives that we lost? It's your politicians. It's your politicians. That's why, yes, it's true. Omunye umuntu ubhalile lapha ngambona ukuthi uthi ANC hates black people. Angazi yini bazonda kangaka. And the way besibathanda ngakhona, sabanikeza i-2/3 majority twice. Ukuthi balungise izinto benzani. The third time, Julius wathi hayi, let us add. The vote you have, let's add ours so that we get it 2/3. But ignore Julius. So a politician is not interested in your well-being as an African person. Yingakho kumele sibuyele emakhosini. Abantu, yazi inkosi yamangwane. If ngizo mesapwa yinkosi yamangwane, then again ngiyazi ukuthi sibuswa yintsha emangwaneni. Ngoba inkosi is supposed to feed and make sure ukuthi everybody is taken care of. Because lo muntu ikazi. Wikazi. Ungahamba uyoviolate your own blood. Well, bakhona ke ezinye izinja zabodala. They don't mind doing that. But I think that will be a much better system than the system esikuyo. The system esikuyo doesn't deserve to live into the near future. The Republic of South Africa must be destroyed. Finish and clear. Democracy. Akuna democracy la. How can democracy ibizwe abantu? How can you create ubutoti? Then you call it democracy. How do you balkanize my land and register it under this Republic of South Africa? Then you say it's democracy. After so registered in New York, ubuya kithi uthi no. This is the best constitution in the world. A constitution that protects ubutoti. Because the Republic of South Africa ubutoti. And whoever still wants to preside over ubutoti is the enemy of black people. If you still aspire to be a president, it means now. How much does that book in? Now, Siskala. Angakudlule lapha. Ungenza whatever uyenzayo kepha lapha ngekudlule. Ngoba uyotufika nje amakhosi omoya akubize. And uyobizwa inkosi yakini. Uthi manje esithola. Waze wasiphoqa lo. Sakunika ithuba lokuthi ubuse umhlaba. Sakunika namandla. Wenzeni wena? Mangiphazamiswa bathi life yakho. Ubona yonke lento le. Ngoba ikhanda uyevele. La meliye khona. They don't decide for you. You decide yourself. You judge yourself. After seeing all this, I don't deserve to be amongst the great ones. We are big. Okay, la kenda khona amazini. Yonke le yini bayibizana. Isikhoko. Thina sina concept yokusikhoko. uthi uyosha usha usemhlabeni mawuhlupheka uyasha ipoverty ipoverty kwenza ushe ngaphakathi it means isihogo yilesi sikuso thina abantu abamnyama and manje sokufika isikhathi sokuthi siphuma kulesi hogo esikuso and singene empilweni yangempela where now we control in the near future market kumele sonke sibe part of a huge mining company that belongs to us and we are selling that commodity all over the world and it benefits all of us. And the Nakona is going to be beautiful because we are bounded by my art. Ayikho lento ukuthi uzonoko omunye umuntu indaba yokunokana kahle kahle kumele sibe nepolicy on how to deal nobudlwembe. Before besazi tayera ndo esikufaka itayera ifu umdlwembe faka itayera thi. But manje sizovumelana sonke in future ukuthi in case one of us violates the moral and ethical code yethu singabantu abamnyama simenzani kunamabhubesi sikampela amabhubesi somewhere masivumelana ukuthi sikuthumela lapha so that uyeke ukuba umdlwembe khona isithombe basikhiphile makungcwatshwa umkhulu lenduzo Peter Makubane. Cyril was guilty when he saw that picture because a lot of people they were referring to that guy who was seen in the picture hamba nabelungu akhomba abantu abamnyama bathi Cyril njalo manje leyo nto leyo sifuni leyo kumele sibambane sithandane and esazi ukuthi uma art is ruling all of us. I cannot violate you because ngiyafuna. There's got to be repercussions so that everything esiyenzayo siyakhona ukulentuza. Yazi noma kungaza umlungu from elentuza eJapan or wherever athi uzokbribe, you must be able to resist. Ukuthi mina I'm born out of abundance. I live in abundance. There are minerals, there's land, there's everything that I need. Don't come and insult me. And think ukuthi mina I'm worth the penny that you're bringing me so that I betray. This is what happened in Great Empire of Kemet. This is how it died umudlwembe. Because I'm a Greek, nama Italians, when they came to Africa, baya kule midlwembe yamakhosi, who were part of the Great Empire of Kemet. But you know when nina no 3 missing a chola nini iyawa. And certainly they bribed those 3 kingdoms. And that led to the downfall of the Great Empire of Kemet. Great Empire of Kemet was the strongest body in the world that ruled the world, not in Africa. The Great Empire of Kemet ruled the world. And some of them were here. Mapungubte, Great Zimbabwe. Those were part of the kingdoms that were part of the Great Empire of Kemet. Yabulawa yini budlwembe. That's why even Nati amongst us, we must never allow ubudlwembe. Because ubudlwembe is destructive. Umuntu nani uhleka nani udla nani kanti inja. He's a dog. So we must never allow any umdlwembe meke phakamisa ikhanda. Shaya ikhanda liphohlo weli. Ngaphinda uze la GK thina siyikhaya lemidlwembe. Siyabatshela abantu uma umdlwembe ungezi la. And the ma umuntu oza namaqhubu uzosinda sikufuni. Stay at home. Ungezila kanti ugayibozi. Hey usibanibani ngifuna ukumlaya. Hey usibanibani asindawo yalokho la. Indawo yomoya le. It needs free flow. Mawungena nje kule gate. Yonke nonsense yakho ushiyele ngaphandle. La iharmony. It's your brother, it's your sister. Siyathandana la. So you must be careful, you must be careful. Bakhona abantu that will emerge amongst yourself, that you will sow division amongst us. Ungahleki uthi ngiyakuzwa. Don't entertain leyo nto leyo. Hey, nakwayona lento yokuhleba. Uhleba kanjani endaweni yomoya? So kumele siyikhuze singabantu. Kumele siyikhuze singabantu ukuthi thina singabantu bomoya. We've got to be true and honest all the time. Ungakhuluma amanga. Amanga awafuneki la. Inzondo ayifuneki la. Amaqhuba awafuneki la. Mawunjalo ucorrupted ngaleyo ndlela. Ungangeni la. Ngoba la thina siyaphahla sifuna i-free flow. Hey, funa uba nomoya thina, we are not about numbers. Abantu abayi-10 sihlangane umoya ukhululekile. That's an atomic bomb. We are not after numbers thina. Asifuni reference izongena la. Hey, stay where you are. We are not here, we are not desperate for our numbers thina. We've always said it. If ungahambelani nomoya esamba ngawo, if ungahambelani nalento ukuthi art is guiding us, stay away from us. Siyacela, stay away. We don't need you. Kahle kahle mawuvasithi good riddance. Because manje sizosala siyi-10, kepha sizoyenza umsebenzi that is so powerful. Kunokuthi sibe 100 la. Kanti midlwembe nje egcwele la. Umoya ngeke usizwe. Masiphahla umoya ngeke usizwe because we are mixed nabantu abagayibozi. Asifuni lento la ejike. We are not about numbers. I always say to people, don't think ukuthi thina we are desperate for numbers. Thina we want quality. No. Sifuna abantu abanesabelo kulento. Naku abantu abanesabelo baseBarbados. Those are people abanesabelo because they can feel what we are doing here. Hey, that is why they want to be part of it. Hey, lento ifuna abanikazi bayo. Ungayifekeli futhi. Ungathi unesabelo kuwena kanti awunasabelo. Ngoba uzoziveza izenzo zakho zizokuveza ukuthi fake wena. And the ones akubona thina ngasho mina inkinga yami, I don't recycle betrayal. You betray once you are gone. Hey, because mina I don't think I will do that to anybody. So why do you think we have a right to do that to me? So once in your wakhombisa ubudlwembe, and it's finished between me and nawe. Angizwani nemidlwembe because into leyo yangisave during the struggle. If I tolerated ubudlwembe ngaba ngiphili namhlanje, I would have been dead. So imidlwembe besiyibona isenza sikutrap man. Umdlwembe uzowela kuleya trap. Sesiyazi ukuthi pimp asikari. Hey. Manje ke sisendaweni yomoya, I still use the same principle. Ungangizeli ngezinto ezi-wrong mina. Mina ngiqondile into engayifuna ngiyifuni. And the man wrong come to me. Ngalokho ngihlebe emakhoneni. Asindawo yokuhleba le. You must always, if umuntu kwenza into wrong, yabuye. Kuthi ayazi mfowethu. Lento yenzile angihlala kahle. kuxoliswane lapho kule. That's how we should behave. Singabehave khona abantu abasuka nepolitiki yasemasontweni. Basuka nepolitiki yama-politics. Bayiletha la. So kungathi manje kumele si-operate thina as if we were a political party or siyisonto. Asiyi-political party, asiyisonto thina. Yonke into esiyenzayo like guide umoya. Hey, yonke into esiyenzayo, we don't determine it. Umoya sends us. Hambani lapha. Hambani lapha. Hambani lapha. Siyakwenza lokho. Because thina singabathunywa. Sithunyiwe. We are not doing it for money futhi. Nayo enye into, remember ukuthi abanye abantu they think i-GK inemali. Naba yazi. Zero budget. Manje abantu beza la under the pretext ukuthi unesabelo. Kanti usascout. Uthi ngayingena kuphi lento. Hayi into zoyingena la. All we want from you, and abantu abaningi, instead of doing that, baqasha ngalobudlweni. Into sisho, wonke umuntu mele aphilise italent lakhe. Produce a service or a product, uyilethe la. Sizokusupporta. Hayi ukuthi ubheke ukuthi uzoyenza imali la iGK. Akunamali la. Don't come here with your ideas ukuthi kunemali la. Kuzo generate money. There's no money here. All of us siphila ngama-talent ethu. On a daily basis, we are creating services and products that we sell to our own people. Manje abanye abantu beza ngenhliziyo wrong bese ke ikwatisa umoya. Mina can't tolerate nonsense. It doesn't matter ukuthi ubani. If when the nonsense finish. And the worst thing that I hate, it is loyalty. You need to be loyal to the moya. First and foremost, not to me ngasho mina ngithi asingunkulunkulu wenu. Mina ngifana nani. And ngiyalingana nani. So ngazongibuka ngathi manje nguJesu. I will never be that. Ngoba I can never equate myself to the Creator. Oh, bese ngithi oh no, you go to Mvelinqangi through me. Faith. Nangizwa ngikhuluma kanjalo, ngiphume nonke ngale njalo. Umkhulu sekeqala ubufake. Hey, mina I'm just here to assist you so that we are able to align the nature. That's all we are here about. In nature. And abantu are here for umoya. You are here to heal. You are here to learn the ways of reconnecting back to nature. Hayi nyinto. So abantu must never be confused. Uzoyenza mama politiki nje esigodlweni. Yeah, sometimes ngiyashaqeka ngibe disappointed. Ngizwe nje inkulumo ezikhulunywayo la esigodlweni. Ngithi abantu bakhohliwe ukuthi bazeleni. Into sizele yona la umoya. Sidonsa uMvelinqangi noNomkhubulwane. Ngoba sibiziwe. We're given an opportunity for us to understand lento yenziwa la. You are one of the chosen ones ukuthi when we are going to liberate Africa spiritually. That's what Africa needs. Spiritual liberation and nothing else. And ngeke si liberate Africa spiritually mesisenyameni. Abantu abaphume enyameni. Abaphume completely enyameni bangezi la. Stay in your home right to lapho. Ngazosihlukumeza lathina so ukhuluma ezinye indaba. Hey man, that we end up discussing izinto useless. Imagine i-challenge esibhekene nayo umlungu. When uzoslow down, ama-problem enyama sile futhi. Thokozani. Ngiyaxolisa for my renting.
It's okay, it's allowed.
Ngiyaxolisa kakhulu, it's just that sometimes ngiyaphazamiseka. Abantu seem to lose the direction ukuthi why they are here. La sizokhulisa umoya. Here we are coming to connect in the nature and nothing else. And ukuthi si create a family. Yinto esemqoka. Ukuthi family is always together because you are nurturing that energy. Mase makuvela amathuba njalo. Those mathubas shouldn't be an opportunity for a delinquent to then start ukuthi hey yazlo unelihlo li hey asindaba yakhe ilihlo lakhe uzalwe nje lo muntu lo ngenaphi lo uzokukhuluma indaba yelihlo lomuntu bese beseba abantu phela wazi emakhoneni bakhuluma yonke le nonsense kanti ngabe sisikhasa nge-science. Izolo ubonile i-Orion. Can we monitor it? Amtshele ukuthi what does it mean i-Orion? That's the discussion we should be having. Bazomtshela ngelihlo lomuntu man. Ngenaphi lapho mina? Ukuthi unelihlo ligoswa ngendawo lapho. Ngumthande njalo. Nelihlo ligoso lakhe. So please makahle ngiyacela sibuyeni emoyeni. Siphume enyameni completely. Please. Asiphumeni enyameni completely. Yazi nasekhaya uhluphe ngendaba yomoya. Lento mele uyiphile on a daily basis. Asiyinto ya Sunday njengasesontweni man. Ubona nje Sunday. On a daily basis you are aligning. We are part. You make sure you color, you reflect. You make sure you put on a copper. Gutiwa makela. Gutiwa. Icop. It fixes the structure of the world. Maupuza naman.
But what about silver? Because we are in the season of Nebt-Het.
Copper. Copper njovukazi. Remember Guti, copper is a conductor of electricity. But silver. So manje electricity ihambelana nani? Nama-atoms. So ama-atoms, the structure of the atoms that find themselves in a cup, a copper, amanzi, iyashintsha. Hey, if it has been, messed up by umlungu, ngokuthi afake fluoride lapho, iyabalance copper. It balances that structure. So mawuphuza, uphuza impilo. Kunokuthi uphuze lamanzi. My politicians, man. Yes, I thought they'll do better. I thought they'll do better than Nabelu. Angabasalunga, they are corrupt, bamoshagele. Kahle mele sibaqoshe nabelungu labantu. They must follow white people. Hey, how do you take over power? Beseke angitshelela sihlolwa yini? We have all the money for us to be able to supply free electricity from the ionosphere. There's free electricity there. And the technology corner, they are just lazy to check. As long as umlungu angakasho ukuthi I'll check it. But need to heads off. I want to heads off. Mega ngakhuluma ngaleyo nto bokhishima bonke. Kepha mokusakhuluma bomkhulu. futhi mina bangidelela bazole igama lomkhulu sangoma esinukayo and kahle I love that because I'm underground, I'm undercover. Cabanga ubona umkhulu ogcwele amadumane la ekhanda. So please makhathe ngiyacela uyazi lamapolishi indaba yamanzi is the most yazi amanzi are so chokuthi la there's a pure water in South Africa la ngaphansi ha bayibizani konje yini lamanzi spring water ke spring water all over South Africa. Why basinikeza lamanzi so? It means they are not interested in our health. Huh? Ifana nokudla, iMinister of Health. Ubhizi usiyekile sidla amakota, sidla ama-McDonald's abo KFC. Well, McDonald's is owned by president, so therefore, mele si support. But sengisho nje. iMinister of Health. If I was a Minister of Health, I will make sure, Guti, in the first place, umuti, that is healing my people. Remember, Guti, melanin content in our system is different. So we can't be healed by the same medicine. It's meant for white people. People without melanin. Uthi wayisifa kangaka thina sayibhedlela ebhara uyahamba awubuye ngona kuyakuba usithola lapho ngiyothola ibhiza and whatever manje izinto lezo a right thinking minister okay fine imajority yabantu bami abodaki yini constitution kadaki How is the body constituted? How can I assist and promote me now as a Minister of Health? Healthy living, healthy lifestyle. Ngiyakubona okwethu. Ngabana amaphoyisa. Lothafika. Imkhabe la.
Number 1 inyemeni inhloko.
Commissioner bayenzayo manje.
Manje if bahluleka by abantu babo because you can't be a cop. Ule. Spono. We point out kishimisa kanjani umuntu. Kwayona lento yamaphoyisa makhetha. Well, I'm so sorry ukuthatha isikhathi but ngizama ukubuya kulelo. Africa never had prisons. We didn't have prisons. Thina mawuganga. It means kunenkinga ekhaya kini. Sada wenzelanga usiko. Siyobuza abazali bakho wena. Lehlonga ndlebe lakho leli. Ulenzela imbeleko. Yenzani. Mawuqhubeka. Hayi siyakudingisa. Siyaxosha from this community. But we didn't have prisons. So lento yama prisons mele iphele because yaqalwa umlungu. Remember ukuthi umlungu meke efika la thatha inkomo zethu. Siye ebusuku siyoziraida. Then basithatha ke basakhela ama prison. For reclaiming what belongs to us. So what's the justification of continuing with this evil system in my prison? Ukuyawa ejele. Ukuyabona labantu banjani. Akuna bayibiza rehabilitation. Hayi. Ijele likwenza ubemo. Ubuya lapha ejele babuza ukuthi manje jo ubulala bangaphi. 2 but ngazokuganga wena. Uhlele nomuntu obulala 50 before abuyela phakathi. So it means bamkhipha nje akasafuni kuya ngaphandle. every time ufuna ijele kukhona abantu abafuna ijele uphuma ngaphandle yenza icrime kuye manje ipiri and lo muntu loyo uzalwe netalent lo muntu loyo has been turned by the system into a criminal ifana nale system yethu. How many people has government turned into criminals ngale tender system? Uthola tender mele ukhaya 10% or 30%. Abakwenza criminal. Bakwenza criminal because how are you going to account for that 10% within the budget yakho? The whole state making its own people criminals by demanding the money that are unjustifiable. Evilness, man. Hey, manje, then the next thing, you creating a state that is so dependent, a welfare state. 350. Bakhuluma ngayo manje. Bavota ngayo. If ungavote anything angakuyithola 350. Yabona abantu sebephelelwe. Hey, bathi nesfasi nale 350. Izovalwa. Yabona abantu mesebephelelwe ama ideas. That's how low they go. Okokuqala, they don't realize abantu ukuthi le mali ayiphumi ku movement. Eye government. So whoever goes in there will have to continue as long as abantu kahle kahle bayimosha. From 94 bongamelanga nje kube na anything. Ngisho nayo lento ezini, we're not supposed to be given houses. We're supposed to be given land. Kuthiwa endoda nayi land sesiqalile ama firm in your area. You can go and look for umsebenzi lapha or come up with your own company so that you are able to build your own house. Manje upromise abantu million houses. Yophuma kuleyo mali. Okokuqala nje, you have said to yourself ukuthi you are not going to take the land by force. You have to pay. How much? South African government inamalini for us to pay the land that was stolen from us. Mrs. Batana, yonke le mali le yabelungu. What remains in the kit? For us. Foolishness. Kanti they should have encouraged us. Bavula mathuba. Babe nama talent centers. Wonke umuntu abe active. So that you are able to generate your own. Yes, mawenza into yakho. You feel so proud. Hayi dance. Mengithola idanki yeli. Ngiyayeka ngiqashisa. Ngishiye umqashi la. Ngiyohlala somewhere. Because I don't value. Ngiyenzelwa. Bakhala manje abogogo shem. But you all ANC akumelanga engavotelwa. Ngoba abuzuma bomalema sibezo bakhuluma nge350. So manje ukubamba abantu hostage ngemali yabo. Remember imali ye government yabo. Eyabantu seyalabantu abalapha kuma politicians. They were given a mandate by us to manage that money. But manje everything has been twisted. Please, is there no question or comments? Sengikhulume too much. Kanti ife kungenalutho singangena esigubhini. Thokoze ngiyabonga nje ukuthi ninginikeze ichance ukuphefumula. Kepha mina I'm so excited ngalento ye MK. If MK can stick to what they are saying now, in South Africa, no June will be a different country. This June, hey, if they can stick to that,
They will not. They just want to.
Ushonjani?
They will not.
Ah no.
Politician is always a politician.
Ah no, they never so batashkuma leshbashlaba. Batashkuma leshbashlaba. Ngekuyokhohlisa abantu ngalendlela. Ihope usengaka. No, yabona this time. Ukhohlisa kwabo is different. Because now they are touching on the nerve. bakhuluma ngobukhosi man, and you can't talk about ubukhosi ukuthi uyajoke. You still depend on the constituency yamakhosi. Mama, hayi ubuka okwamanje wena Ndlovukazi. What is giving us hope team? Ukuthi that discussion is entertaining.
Yes.
Remember before there was never a discussion like that ever since uMkwame Nkrumah. Nobody considered amakhosi. Ever since uMkwame Nkrumah, right until here in South Africa. Everybody ungena nje lapha president elector ilenduza yakhe as if inkosi doesn't exist. But for the first time, political people are talking about ubukhosi, and they want to give or return back dignity yamakhosi. Manje inkinga ukuthi engiqalile ukuthi they still want to maintain the structure. Hey, but they are going to maintain the structure. Just a house.
Whose structure is it? That's the thing.
No.
How are they going to do that?
That's the thing. You come in.
They will never. A politician is a politician. But the person
Lava. Who's Uti? This guy. Uti. The upper house will be the vision, makers. To determine ukuthi thina amakhosi sifuna abantu bethu babuswe ngalendlela. So the lower structure, implementation. Meaning ukuthi amakhosi monitors.
So,
Ukuthi
are you saying that in order for all this to materialize, people must then vote?
Oh no, certainly. Because if people don't mean I'm not going to vote. I'm not voting for any nonsense. I'm just encouraged by what they were saying. Could at least because they can't afford to course anymore. As to how they structure, it's going to be complicated. Because
Propaganda will always be.
hey, Uzobati, they need the 2/3. That's why everybody must go and vote. Spanning is the 2/3. So it means without the 2/3,
Yeah.
the dream dies.
Mina.
People they are soldiers. They don't have any constitution. If Huga Manje on June 16, how can they rule us? And their president was the president of this country. Where is he?
But Uzokesh, Mina, anything else besides these evil ones is better.
They are all evil.
This is a Uzo. I've experienced the ANC, Mina, and the evilness of the ANC. I've experienced it. I have a personal experience. But what I'm saying, Guti, we are locked in this thing. Right? The into sabachela yona ukuthi aliki socha elithatha umhlaba ngebhalo ngevote. Right? But manje bona bathi no ngeke suthathe lo mhlaba asi campaign so that sithole 2/3 sishintshe izinto. Do you understand? Mina ngiyayizwa leyo. Anything ezosusa these evil ones is better for me. Ngoba I cannot go through lento yale midlwembe ANC. But they refuse everything ngathi they hate us so much. Ayikho into abamamelayo except lamabhosi abo. Ngitshela iqiniso. Mina ngathi inkinga yethu buva. We've tolerated yonke le politics for. Namanje sisakhuluma nje. Akuna program of action ukuthi as mobilizing the whole country and bring down this country. I'll be the first one there. Because if Tina, ordinary people are going to be inactive, politicians are going to take decisions on our behalf. So many tool and listen to them with bati. Okwamanje if I see act, Tina GK apart. And the siyazi izowa le. Kancane izowa. Inkinga ukuthi izo replacewa yini. Asikwazi ukuplana kanjani. Asikwazi ukuplana kanjani. So bona khona. We need to have a plan for each and every step. And there's even a plan. Remember ukuthi uMgabe bammesa pha kanjani. uMgabe wasusimpi angana plan ukuthi ibackup. How am I going to replace labelungu abahambayo? So already we must have something. Futhi thina asifuna ukureplace. We don't need the Russians, we don't need the Japanese, we don't need the Chinese. Let us do it ourselves. Remember ukuthi China, when it was growing, it didn't invite America. It didn't invite all these countries. All they did, Labantu, they offered their services for cheap, with the intention of getting technology. Do you understand? They are forward, they are visionaries. So Europe and America felt to go to the Chinese are just so useless and they're so weak negotiators. Kantama China Alamisi 5. Huh? Who owns the technology now? China. That's how you think as a person. Ungabi short-sighted to kabangelela. In future, what's going to happen? So manje ke mina ngithi, if asilwi asiyeke lama politicians ke ayenza intando yabo ngathi angithi ngamagwala sihlulwa abafowethu amakhazini ethu. Ukhona ikhazini kaCyril wayesingayikuye so that akhulume naye ukuthi hey ndoda so. Do you understand? Hey, it means that if we have given in ukuthi hayi this is the reality, let democracy yabo, it's here to stay, then asivumeni asilweni ke asilweni le country ishe. Hey, the infrastructure bethu bayizama bayisave ngo-94 ayishe aleni phansi sazi ukuthi akekho umuntu ozolokhu esikhomba amabhunu asikhomba ngaleyo ukuthi hayi ithi phela sakha le infrastructure ningazosidela. Who gave them permission to build? Nobody gave them permission. Who said Tina we couldn't build? How can isihlulwe yilentu za 5-story ukuthi besakha ama pyramid length enzalo? So manje ke makhethi lapha mina ngithi ngiyabonga because of what is happening. Mina the way ngibone ngakhona ukuthi if kuyiqiniso labantu bayenza lento abayenzayo, it's a completely turn over. It turns everything upside down. Because umlungu ngeke ayivume. Angeke umlungu avume ukuthi umhlaba uye emakhosini. Uzolwa. Ngukutshela le MK le. Angeke, it won't be easy for them to even achieve that. It's going to be difficult. Abelungu, they are going to fight. Manje nathi, let us ready ourselves. Ukuthi this year kuyaliwa. May, June, you must prepare for war. Ngoba if everything goes bad lapha kulama sengizwile amahemu. Some of them are saying we are not going to accept the results of the election. So what does that mean? War. So war is coming, Maka. Mina ngilindi. Remember ukuthi Asikusabi ukufa thina. There's no death. There is absolutely no death. We will just be renewing ourselves. Esibuye kabusha. Eyiphinda kamkhulu liyese. Hey, so we must be ready to die, to save laba abancane. Hey, ngoba uma thina sifaka ikhanda phansi, siqilaza le ntwana. Le ntwana have got nothing to do nale mpi thina esibhekene nayo. Impi yomlungu, impi yami nawe, hayi abantwana bethu. So if we are going to cower, we are then saying we are transferring njengala makehla. Amakehla transfer irresponsibility yabo kithi. 194. Bathi hayi nina seniyoqhubeka nayo. Sikuphi manje? Bokumele silwe siqede 94, manje we have to go back. Ingakho Bob Maluthi. You fight, you run away, you stand a chance to fight again. That's what Bob Marley said. This is what we are faced with today. 194 siqedanga lempi. Hey, bathi hey. Umlungu bese yobashayishe udeclare it. Oh, iqile la ikhothe emhlanje. Alikho vele iqile la ikhothe emhlanje. Kepha udeclare boycott. Ngokukhohlisa lamakhehla ethu nje. Amabhulu ajabule kabi ngodeclare. Udeclare kusishiyela umhlaba, ushiyela wealth, ushiyela yonke into. What about our leaders? Into esikhombayo thina. Abo. Inhlupheko kuphela. In our own country. So June. Emele siqala ama-training camp. Sinendawo ekhaya ebheki. Ngayotrainela la. You are welcome. Ibhamu sokhuluma noPutin. Putin is our only option. Sokhuluma naye ukuthi hey ndoda kuphi. Awuthe uPutin kunina support. Right from his struggle, AK, abo Makarov laba. Abo Stashki. Sibazi ngeRussia thina. Sasiyidubula le bhamu thina sithole Russia. So Putin has been loyal to us right then. Manje namanje usenathi. Kepha siyazi ukuthi ufunani naye. So kamina ka wena. Exchange. Njalo. Bazongena ke bazogubha bahombe nabo njengabelungu. Bahomba ama-diamond, bahomba gold yonke lento. Bathi siniki ibhamu ukuthi nilwe. Kepha i-value that they extract after is more than the guns that they gave us. Huh? Hey, imagine ukuthi mhlawumbe basupporta nge-200 million. Kepha bona bafuna ama-concessions that are worth billions. Do you understand? So manje, we need to be wiser so that we are able to negotiate. Kepha siyadinga ibhamu ngoJune. Putin ifumamele ndoda. Hayi sesangweni phela ndoda.
Yes. Dina comment Koza once again, or a question involved in this comment. We have reached a point where the entire truth has been revealed to us, including the fact that if you had spent 1,000 hours, 1,000 days so qualified, how many graduates do we have here in Soweto alone to do certain things which they are qualified to do actually? So kwa abashilo leshi stop up ukho isusa balungu andleleni mantwesisa, and the national is to realize that to the whites we are either customers or they are slaves. There's never a moment where they come and take service to us. The only time, especially those of us who are within the spiritual things of things, the only time that they use us is so that bazophatha, ngathi. And it shows us that that's what they did from the get-go. They went to the spiritual leaders so that they can be able to cut kings' heads and do these my twist is one. So I don't see why Afrikan mpundu utama Soweto kandia bazi rapatko kunganra yini ukandia bazi rapatko uya ya la sentin uya tirela mali yo kainga existiko. First of all, as an African, you must know that money doesn't exist. It's not real. It doesn't exist.
That's all you work for.
Because there's work, but there are no jobs. Jobs don't exist. We have work to do.
Even the original money is an illusion.
It's an illusion. It's not real.
But
It's not real. So, you do not pray for money. You do not seek money because it doesn't exist. You use your gifts. You use your gifts. You create with your gifts. Because we were farmers of elemental.
No, sure.
That diamond, we were farming it. It's not like it was just sitting there. The reason it was so sacred is because we knew it's for the entire universe. It's for the vibration of the universe.
And that's how we survived before they came on with Yeah. Because money did not exist.
It doesn't exist.
That's how Jesus came to Africa. He came on a boat.
Yeah, they came.
Yeah, and then there's a seer, traditionally like a Xhosa woman. That's our downfall. That's where it because they went to her. They knew that we rely on her powers, on her vision, on her psychic ability. And what they did, they targeted her and say, tell the people this is what you are seeing.
She knew she was going to multiply.
That's what they did to us.
And she also knew that she was going to multiply. She knew it as well.
Like
but it's okay.
The Queen of England this day, why isn't her body in Africa?
No, sure.
Why did they bring her body to Africa? Because that's what they do with us. They take our bodies and put them in museums all over the world. So why is her body sacred? Why is her body given that respect? Can the body just come to Africa?
No, sure.
Oh, exactly.
Oh no! It's right, Maka. Remember, go to Mlo, tell the office. Abantu do the work he did. So we must never doubt ourselves. We must never doubt ourselves. And then remember, Guti, there's this story. Guti, about that, we're refining gold. Long before Umlunges. And the gold, they were not using it to create money.
No, guys, no.
Gold was using it as a way of a spiritual, process. There is what is called monoatomic gold. Do you understand? The Lubedu people, who's from Limpopo? Yes! These are the people who were the refiners. Last year, we were at a enclosure. La in Mpumalanga. La, the Lubedu were refining gold. And the gold was not used for creating money, but it was used for ascension. For me to be able to go to other dimensions.
Yes.
That's what you're to use gold for.
All the elements.
Yes. Not umlungu wezake manje wazo create a fictitious veil. Ring. Even gold manje ring ne chain. Asayazi lo knowledge yabo. The Lubedu. Say ukuthi I would take this monoatomic gold. Remember, Guti, gold are atoms, right? And there were atoms in the environment. So they had a system of, yile nto bayibiza futhi ebelungu bayibiza astral travel thina ne we're not doing astral travel besihamba manje ugoba le nto gone seJapan because my body is constituted by atoms once ngitholakele ama-elements that are going to enhance my atomic structure I'm everywhere ngizongitshela nge-astral travel ulela angihambi ngilele ngihambe emini ngapha nyamalale ningibhekile nje noma ngibuye nje That's the greatness of an African person. So that's why that knowledge system ayifuneki in the mainstream. You know, black people are not supposed to know. You know, Gucci, Yvette has got all that research, all that documentation. Let them put mangal. Yvette, they've done research about zonke lezinto. But manje bafake ilentuza bafake isikhiya ukuthi how much knowledge can we access injalo makhaya fana nenzalo inzalo la ivet did bayibizani lento ilaser study of the whole area but they will never present it to us bakhuluma bodwa emakhoneni. And if you are a professor, you want to talk about these things, they blackmail you. If they are no longer part of us, why are you talking about this? Actually, verse denies. We don't know this person. So manje mele sizenzele. Remember technology. Tina were the first people to transfer electricity wirelessly. Mama obelisk and pyramids. And the Ankh in Chofukas, yes. So, the technology melibuye leyo. Mazo rely technology umlungingane. Umlungingane kuwe man. Ufunda anything that is artificial. Tina, we are not artificial, we are the real Makoya, man. Hey, the prototype. Yingako. Timothy. Injalo mokeke no ability yethu singabantu abamnyama it's so ivalele right yingakho kumele silidwe abantu abalayitile la emakhaya nenkosi kumele ithwasiswe singabayeki la makhosi alandwe atshela ukuthi you can't rule over us wena ignorant. How can you be a king and you don't know the laws that govern the universe? Because inkosi yiyo kumele isilide. Inkosi yangempela kumele isitshele nje ukuthi ivuke nephupho ukuthi uhamba niyogubha lapha eLis Park. Hayi lawa manje phethi pipe. eLis Park nizothola igold neoil lapha. Mase yogubha lapha kumele sithole. Ngoba umlomo ungaqambi manje. Manje if uthwasise wena iChristianity uzoyazi kanjani lena? Uzopostela ukuthi wena uyindoda. Indoda nasewese. Umamndente wathi, "How ipindoda ke? Ifikumkane indoda. Ipindoda." Abantu benza foolish things man. Thokoza. Any comment or questions Ivaleni?
So Mkhulu, I'm coming the thing of schools. Nandukazi wende comment yakuri all swina swala lokshini asupukanga subalesi I expected kuri sungaba sona, especially after democracy and all of that. But if you look at the schooling system, even the whites are taking their kids out of school to teach them at home. They are taking them behind the forest. They are taking them to the fields. They're taking them to the ocean. They're taking them to the mountains. And they said it was barbaric, first of all. So many of the times we find ourselves traveling to the getaways. You pay 3,000 rand to a lady who took over this mountain because we lived a very barbaric life. But the hydro energy that they have is maintained by mfana wa kaina wa mchangana tiva kuri mati ya famba njani.
Sure.
And then I have to be in that space. I hike that trail, and when I hike that trail, I'm singing to the birds, to the spaces, and calling the monkeys that they say they don't want near their camping sites, knowing very well that we are so connected to those beings. But I have to pay that woman who disrespects that land. I need to pay. That woman who disrespects this land. This is crazy. This is crazy.
You know, the education system. Mesibuye eqinisweni. Ijele isikole.
Yeah.
Uhambisa ingosi yakho ukwazi ingosi ejabulele kuyesikele. Ayikho ngoba zonke ingosi ziyaresist kuyesikele. It tells us ukuthi ziyakhala. For they are at school for how long? No, for a day. 8 hours. Ijele. Ufake ingosi yakhe ejele for 8 hours. Ithola somebody lapha ozo no ndlovukazi iyeza because uyabona lento ifuna kube sivumelane sonke. Akekho umntwana oyesikolweni. Zonke ingane zikhuliswa endlini. Sonke sine program. A blueprint ukuthi umzali nomzali nakho kumele akufundise ngane. Sibona ngani ukuthi iyafunda mase sihlangana as a community ukuthi umntwana wakho usalele emuva. Yini kunenkinga? Injalo. And this is how we are going to create about immortal, the creators and inventors of tomorrow. And we can control it up. In the schooling system, intwana iya klokeka lapha. Umqondo ni stress. Manje umntwana into that is important ukuthi thina la emakhaya mase senza njalo sibe ne discipline. Ube ne program yomntwana. Uyavuka ekseni futhi akavuki ngo7 uvuka ngo5. Because mela lindele ilanga. Ayophahla. From lapho kune program throughout the whole day. Once avumelana kanjalo singabotaki uzobona wena. Uzobona the inventions that are going to come from later on. Amazing things are going to come because we'll be stimulating their innate creativity. Umntwana se encourage ukuthi, oh no, whatever you feel, express it down, express it. You know, we are here to assist you. The whole community is backing and the whole community is raising this child. Sibuyele entweni ukuthi ingane yakho bengibona yenza ukusa discipline lo muntu. In that way sizoba mnandi siya lapho ndivukani. Siya lapho because okokuqala i-education system yabelo is very inferior. It deals with everything that is manifested. The causal plane bathi mambo jam. And the thina okhokho bethu were masters of the causal plane. We understood ukuthi for a manifestation ye-apple yini. What principles combined to create the apple? Manje ingamla ithi mambo jambo le. Manje ufuna ukungitshela ukuthi sizolandela le this inferior knowledge system which is incomplete. Yikho ngithi umuntu omnyama can't be taught by a white person. You can only be taught by a white person if you are ignorant yourself. Kepha umlungu ngeke akufundise fuck all. Okokuqala nje akazi the importance yelanga. Bese kutshela wena ukuthi ilanga usathana don't even revere the sun. Neinkanyezi. It is written in that fake document, yeah. Kanti tina sipila ngelanga. Sipila ngescience yelanga. Huh? Tina sesiyazi ukuthi there can never be anything that is alive on earth besides the sun and the moon. And sayinikezwa okhokho bethu, it's nothing new. Lento sisho thina asizinento entsha. Okhokho bethu basishiyana lelo fa. Kuthi bantwana bami, you are one with the sun. Huh? The spark within you, in your pineal gland, is the seat of your soul, which is emanating in a spiral form, not in a linear way. Is so? Yingakho uthola ukhakhayi lwakho luthi. Hey, that is spiral formation everywhere. So manje we have superior knowledge. Ningathuki. Kahle kahle abantwana bazojabula. Nabakhipha kule prison. Don't even think, hey! We have scared everyone. Jabula. Ungenala. I hate school. Bonga abantwana abadala abasifuna isigele. Hey, isigele asikho right. Okay, makhe asizeni isigubhu. Thokozini. Siyabonga njalo.